Hi guys, I am Ellery. Welcome to my car. We are gonna go together to a couple places, 2 grocery stores. The first one's called Local Pastures, which I'm really excited to show you a little bit more about them, show you the store. It's a very cool place, pretty new, but very special. And then the second one is Central Market, which is one of my favorite grocery stores of all time. I grew up going there and absolutely love it. And we're gonna get a bunch of ingredients. I'll show you the haul at the end of this video, and then there'll be a separate video on what we make with it, but I'm really excited. So this is Local Pastures. This is their bigger location. They also have a little kind of trailer sized location on Old Torf in South Austin. And this one's on North Lamar. These eggs are what they are famous for. It's how I first got introduced to them. It's from the ranch Shirttail, and they're absolutely delicious. I always get 2 dozen when I go. And then they've got just a bunch of incredible meats from local ranches. And then they've recently started to add some like prepared foods that are really good. Everything definitely is at a premium because of the makers behind it. But some of my favorite ingredients are here. This is the coffee that Andre and I love. And they've got stuff like this black garlic, which I love black garlic so much. It is quite pricey, but it is a special ingredient because it takes a lot of time to make. And then I really loved this stainless steel tea infuser. So I ended up picking that up. And then these crackers I love like so much. They're like a healthy Cheez-It. And then that's an Ugly Bin, which I usually shop from, but it was empty this trip, so I didn't get any of that. And then I love all of these soaps. I ended up picking up one of them. I think it was the Cedar and Amber scent, but they're really nice, and they're from a ranch that we got a bunch of beef from. Some cheese, which I ended up getting this farmer's cheddar, and it was so good. And then this is our favorite mill, Barton Springs Mill. And I was curious what this was. It was like a ceremonial chocolate drink, but it was $55, so we did not get that. But we did pick up some bone marrow, and then I thought that this little lettuce thing was kind of cool, like a hydroponic greens, so you could just pick it and buy them right there. And I just thought it was fun to see that they were selling some biscuits for $15, which is what we were making. So they were gluten-free, yeah, $16. So that's Local Pastures. I absolutely love that place, and hope that if you're in Austin, you can check them out. Okay, I just got back from Local Pastures. I ended up not going to Central Market because they had everything that we needed and more. So I wanted to take y'all through what we got and then tell you a little bit about Local Pastures in case there's something like it in your city. So first, let's go through everything we got. This is our favorite coffee. It's from a local cafe and roaster called Mercado Sin Nombre, which means a market without a name. And this is their ritual roast. Very good coffee. We got a coffee maker, like a little, I don't know what brand it is, Breville maybe, but a little espresso machine for our wedding for my in-laws. The best gift. We use it literally every single day, multiple times a day, and we have it dialed. The espresso that we make in the morning for our coffee, honestly, I think tastes better than 90% of the coffee shops that we used to go to, which in Austin, a latte is so expensive, like $6, which I don't know, I think it's kind of crazy. Like, I get it, everything's expensive now, but like that is wild to me. So I am so grateful that we have that and that we can just make our own coffee at home. We got some milk for said coffee. And then this is some beef tallow soap. They didn't have the normal scent that we typically get, which We normally get eucalyptus. This is the cedar and amber, but it's from Hackmore Ranch, which is where we get all of our lamb, and we used to get some ossobuco from them at the farmer's market. And honestly, the farmer's market at Austin got so crazy, so busy. It's like stressful to go now. It used to be cute, casual, you would walk around. Now it's like a swarm of people. So I love Local Pastures because it's where all of those farmers market vendors, or a select few of them, sell their goods every day of the week. So it's a normal little shop where you can go in. There was like, I don't know, 2 or 3 groups of people that came in while I was shopping. So it's a lot less stressful, a lot less stimulating than going to the farmer's market, but I can still support all of the suppliers that I really appreciate and get really high quality goods for the house. We got some farmer's cheddar, some beef marrow bones, some half and half. I prefer half and half of my coffee. Andre likes whole milk and he does lattes where I do like a little cappuccino thing. This is beef tongue. So that's the other thing with Local Pastures. I can get some like kind of more interesting cuts. So I actually use the bone marrow and beef tongue together. I'll make lengua tacos, which you just boil the tongue. If it sounds intense, it's really not. It's absolutely delicious. It's a great cut of meat. Highly recommend. So yeah, you boil these with like some bay leaves, garlic, a sliced onion, and then you peel the outside layer off of it. It just peels right off. And then I chop it up into cubes, and then I simmer it in a pan with chilies and a little bit more seasoning. And then I make tortillas. I roast the bones, and then I make little tacos, and we add the bone marrow on top. And then my favorite ingredient to add is basil leaves or mint leaves, whatever is prolific in the garden, which is normally basil, but it is so good. Oh, and black garlic. I add black garlic to the top. It's delicious. It's inspired by a dish from a local Austin restaurant called Commodore. They do these like bone marrow tacos that are just the bone marrow. There's no meat in it. They're very expensive, but so good. They have something on top that's like crunchy and sweet, and I'm not totally sure what it is, but I think like maybe some puffed amaranth or something would be good, but normally on a weeknight I'm not going to that kind of trouble, so we just make our version of it. I also got this little stainless steel tea strainer, which is nice. We used to have the little glass one, but I lost the top to it. So this one, the design seems pretty cool. You just put the loose leaf tea in there, and then it sits in your cup, which is awesome because we have a good amount of loose leaf tea that I would like to use. And then the ground pork is actually what we went to the grocery store for. We're gonna make a big like freezer prep thing for biscuits, and one of them is a higher protein breakfast biscuit that will have the ground pork, onions, and bell peppers in it. So they actually were out of breakfast sausage, but they had this, which is just ground pork, and I'm just gonna look at the seasonings for breakfast sausage and make my own. The breakfast sausage was $2 more a pound, so I actually think this is better anyway. And I have a ton of sage in the garden, which is one of the most important ingredients for breakfast sausage to get that kind of classic flavor. This is what first introduced me to Local Pastures. It's eggs from Shirttail Farm. They're kind of like iconic in Austin right now. Everybody absolutely loves them. They have very, very orange yolks, so it's like extremely noticeable when you crack open a Shirttail egg versus a different purveyor. They do add marigold and cayenne to the chicken feed, so that definitely contributes to the orange yolk, but they're absolutely delicious, and I used to get them at the farmer's market and kind of started to follow along, and then they were the ones who opened up Local Pastures in partnership with a different farmer's market group called Belle Aviv, who I also love. So it's kind of this like wonderful little marrying of two ranchers that are very cool and are doing something that is incredibly hard to start a business. So I really want to support them, and I just love what they offer. These are meaty beef bones. They call them soup bones, but I honestly use them to kind of bring down the cost of ossobuco. Ossobuco is like the shank of the beef, so the part of the leg, and it's like counter sliced with a bone in the middle. And I love ossobuco. I make it all the time, especially now that it's cooling down. I'm gonna make it even more, but it's pretty expensive. It's like, I think $16 a pound at Local Pasture to get ossobuco. And then these meaty soup bones are $6 a pound. So $10 less a pound, which is really significant. And I actually really like the meat that's on these. It reminds me a lot of ossobuco. I call it sticky meat, which maybe isn't the most appetizing thing, but what I mean is that it has a lot of collagen and like connective tissue that when cooked low and slow over a very long time breaks down beautifully and just has a really velvety smooth texture. So that is what I use these for. And then the last thing I got is beef cheeks, which actually I would put in the exact same category of like sticky meat. Beef cheeks are delicious. That's how you get barbacoa tacos if you've ever tried those. So definitely recommend trying to find a source for those types of cuts that you feel good about. Oh, also these are jalapenos, which we're gonna use in the breakfast biscuits. So yeah, I'm very excited to use all of this stuff. So I'm gonna put the tongue, the meaty soup bones, and the beef cheeks straight into the freezer. And then I'm gonna, cause I actually just cooked a beef tongue yesterday to make tacos tomorrow. So I'm gonna keep the bone marrow out so that I can make those tacos. We're gonna cook up the pork right after this for our big biscuit day. We're also making some pie crust. And then these guys are just gonna go into the pantry and into regular use. That is the end of the video. I really appreciate y'all spending some time with me today. I hope that the rest of your day is wonderful, peaceful, fulfilling, all of the good things. Let me know if you have any questions about Local Pastures, Austin, food scene, recipes, anything and all. I am experimenting with this channel right now, so whatever videos you want to see, let me know. I would love any thought starters. Thanks so much for watching, y'all. I'll see you later. Bye.